All right, take 40 million. That's all you get. That's the intro. Take 40 million. Ready, set, go. Okay. So, I'm gonna try this again. I keep messing up the audio somehow, even though I double check it and triple check it and quadruple check it. Septuple decado check it. So this is my fan-made Castlevania game. It combines Castlevania 1, 2, and 3 from the NES, and is it more of a, I don't know, awesome, over-the-top, anime-style Contravania experience. So everybody take a breather and get ready for this. It took me 1.5 years to make. Around 3 years to learn how to even make a game with Game Maker and learn how to code, period. I had no experience in my life of coding anything before I was like, I don't know, 28 years old. Here we go. Castlevania Kyuketsuki no Kirachimu. I know you're having to listen to that plastic bag, but that's because I'm pulling a beer out of it. Meant to be a 2-player game, co-op. We're going solo. So it starts out simple enough. So that church in the yard. Be a nice place. I wonder what happened. Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. There's a church in case you need it. It's helpful to talk to these people. Don't you just love inchworms? But you can crawl like one, couldn't you? Yep. So if you press down and jump the direction, you crawl. It's lower than ducking. Can actually get you through some different areas. Wow, you look strong. Yeah, press right on the D-pad to make the text go faster. I bet you can climb the walls with the right tools. We'll find out. So there's a guy up there that says, that guy right up there, says go to Deborah Cliff to find the knife, which is this way. There's a sign in town that tells you which way to go in case you miss it. Or you can just go on without the knife. Dagger. It's your choice. I would not do that. It's awesome. Dagger's awesome. It ain't your average dagger. We're talking, you know, some crazy stuff. Here, I'll show you. That's your normal dagger, right? And then this is your insane, crazy stuff dagger. You can throw as many as you want. Well, I mean, we run out of hearts. Ghosts are easier to kill with the knife. You whip them, you're gonna have to whip them a couple times. So I drew that sun. That's not a Castlevania asset. I mean, it's just circle, you know, 2 circles, maybe a middle circle, so 3 circles. You can tell I didn't work too hard on the town. Also with the mansions, I kept them pretty cookie cutter from Simon's Quest. But the in-between, like right here, all this was meticulously handmade, hand-placed, even down to 8x8 tiles, you know, a lot of times. I'm trying to make every screen unique, even with that repeating background. I still try. two-headed dudes. The hands will just slow you down. Hold you for other enemies to come get you. You can't jump very well. So I've had oh yeah, I forgot. It's a good story for today too. So I've had someone review the game for me, named Scary Jersey Guy. He did video reviews of this game. That was awesome. He's awesome. But today, oh, real quick, if you get bloody, you get powered up, so that's part of the game. You get, watch, it'll go away here because I lose the bloodiness, okay? So anyway, I was searching on the web, surfing the web, and see if I could search and see if one of my videos came up that I put on last night. And wouldn't you know it, there was a review. It was one of the first things that came up. Someone reviewed the game. Didn't ask or tell me, which I don't care. I'm just saying it was a total surprise. Awesome. It was a good review. It was nice. Definitely described the game very well. Got a good rating. He rated it too. I think it was 8.2. And for my first game ever made, from a person who reviews Castlevania games, same thing with Scary Jersey Guy. He reviewed a lot of Castlevania games, a lot of hacks, a lot of fan-made stuff, original Castlevania games, also officially released Castlevania games. So yeah, this is a good spot to use your little sneak if you want to get by some. But I'm getting hurt, so I'm just overconfident that I can take on the boss. Okay, yeah. That was an old problem that hasn't come back for a while. It rarely happens. I'm not even going to bother to explain it. But I am going to bother to try to fix a lot of this stuff. If you see any problems, hopefully all that stuff's going to be fixed within a week. There are still some things I want to do with this game. I just had to quit working on it a couple years ago just to, so I could do other stuff. I didn't want to spend too much time on it. Wanted it to be completed. Wanted myself to be satisfied with it before I called it completed. But it doesn't mean there's not things that I don't think. How would you say that? How many negatives was that going to be in that sentence? It doesn't mean that I don't have things that need fixed there. Okay. So that was Carmilla's mask. And so that ball will fill up half your life, half your magic. If I were to level up, it would have filled up all my health and magic. And that was Drax's nail. That's the right tool to climb the walls. So you press up, and then you just jump off the wall. And then you press up, and then you just jump off the wall. It's that simple. You can hold up, but you'll go very slowly up the wall. So if you want to travel faster when climbing, just press up to get on the wall, then just press jump, and then just press up. And that's how you do that. But I'm almost leveled up, so I'm not fearing the Reaper yet. So yeah, the stairs are broke, can't get back up there. Hopefully you'll maybe start to get aggravated if you don't figure it out at first, then you'll say, now that spot's open, can I get up there? If you haven't figured out you can climb the walls yet. And that was the first mansion. Oh, that's still the first mansion. And so the blood flow stops from the skull. That was the last bit of blood to drip. Because you, like, cleansed it. Cleansed the mansion. And so there's five body parts of Dracula to collect. 5 holy relics. And you don't have to collect the 5 body parts. You don't have to collect the 5 relics. Now that the Dracula's nail, you do have to get, but that's the only one. I'm pretty sure, but you will want all that stuff. You're going to want all the power-ups. You're going to want the wick power-ups in the mansions. The mansions are optional, other than the first one there. Well, you would think it's optional until you walk up here and then you get past the next town, or that wall that was back there by it. So, it's optional if you don't want to play the rest of the game. It's your choice. And the sun's rising up. This is one of the parts that's more my design, completely my design, rather than cooked up from the games. Spent a lot of time. I don't like to let them. You can get that one. Just gotta be a little crafty. Yeah, so like this wall, I'm gonna need to climb. Now, if you're playing two-player, Trevor can actually jump off Simon's head, make it over that, and then he can walk over here, and then go through, and you can keep going without the nail. But once you get a few more levels in, you're going to figure out that you actually needed the nail, and that's more of an exploit. You've been talking to me. Kill those things. All right. So the first boss here, other than the mansion, but I guess, like I said, you gotta do the mansion, so technically second boss, but initially it kind of meant to be the first boss. And so you're like, what's going on here? If you know this character at all, it's the Reaper forms. So like, what's he doing in the town in the middle of the day? You know it's gotta be bad. Sorry, trying to fix my microphone too. That was bad. I think it was rubbing up against my shirt. I've got a little microphone on these headphones. It's nothing great. That worked out. Scummy little town of Wallachia. That might have been a little harsh. I mean to call it a town, it's more of a village. Spent a lot of time on this level. Planting all them bones down there. Put a little shrine in the middle. Blood Force shrine. I'll let you. I think I'm making pretty good time on this too. Not that there's a time limit. Absolutely just not. He's not very fun to fight like this. You don't want to try to run through her. That's another asset I made with character. Now, if you try to run through her, she'll poison you and slow you down. You need to destroy a bunch of these guys. I'll walk back out here and try to get some more of them. Level up. Okay. Now we're ready. Leveling up does raise your strength a little bit, maybe your defense, and it definitely raises your speed up a little bit every time too. So you might not know to do that right there. You might think it's around the other side. This will trick you. And so in the mansions, you have a better chance of getting large hearts and large hearts. That way you can use your hearts up in these levels a little bit more. I wanted to make it a slightly different experience than the rest of the levels. I mean, just in the way that you kind of gotta play it. I mean, it's the same game, there's enemies walking around, dodging. Get on health. A little bit too good. It's wasting hits. It sounds stupid, but I'm gonna be wishing that I was doing this good later on and rather be getting hit now, to be honest. Well, not at all. So. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get hit by that guy, that's alright. I also know, excuse me, I also know the correct way to go, so I'm not having a problem making it through here. Ooh, what are you doing over there, buddy? That's it, no boss this time. So that's Drax's eyeball. So if a secret is around, a lot of times there's going to be a gold statue that you can see with the eyeball. And if you see the gold statue, then somewhere in the room there's a secret in there. You have to have that was lag's fault. You have to have eyeball on to do that, to be able to see the gold statue. Not to get the secret. You can get the secret anyway. You don't need the eyeball. It's an unnecessary. This is actually an unnecessary place to go, but there's some good extras in here. You get the eyeball. You also get the holy water right here, which, see that would tell you there's a secret around there. Yep. Good crash. Holy water's alright. It's pretty awesome. Especially if you can get it on his head so that it crashes down in the middle of him. Because if you throw it, say, at the front of him, it like slams down. See that? Oh, he walked over it. That's good. But it's best to make sure that it gets kind of over the sprite of the bad guy, I suppose. Need to be a little bit more conservative with my sub-weapons, with the hearts they use. You. Select button cycles through your weapons, so it just cycles through the same order, and then you get more in but the order stays the same. Here we go. Go as fast as you can. Now with, say, the water from, or the fire from the holy water, or the boomerang, or the axe, they allow people to have invincibility time, so they're not crushing, the enemies, mostly. But the knife doesn't allow the enemies to have an invincible time, so you can just keep chucking them knives, and they'll peck away at them. And they're great for distance. I tried to make the daggers really good, and I think they're great for the first half of the game at least. I get in the blood, I'll get that flame. You see that flame whip? It's a lot stronger. Probably gonna hear me say this quite a bit. I'm getting a lot of lag because I'm recording this too, and my laptop's not that great, but you should have no problem and no lag playing this game unless you like spam an incredible amount of axes and somebody is a good bleeder, and so having like a few thousand specks of blood on the screen that all have their own kind of AI, very simplistic, but yeah, it's gonna bog the game down. Or if you get like a few hundred ghosts on the screen, that's gonna bog the game down. And I do mean like a few hundred. Shouldn't lag until you get money. Yeah. No, never there. I'm always hopeful. I thought I had it show up there like half the time and not all the time, but I guess not. I did try to kind of do that for some of them. I don't know if I was successful. We were kind of put off. Cold water. And this room was fun to make. The ferryman. I did a lot of thinking about the ferryman, and that he's a farer, right? And that in Castlevania, at least, he's usually holding a lantern, so he's a light farer, right? Or a Lucifer. Which is just interesting. But so is a friction match. Which isn't correct. Because they're acting like it's a... I think that would be more of a light bearer than a light farer, so... I mean, to bear the light is to have it, like, within, right? To hold it, to keep it, to have it. And the farer is just someone who can carry it for you. Which would be the difference. In case you were wondering. He's gonna get me. Yep, I saw him. Alright, we made it. Kinda cut up the monotony there a little bit with a little treat, a little boat ride. I'll take you somewhere nice. That was my ferryman. I can't remember exactly what he says. How about you? Someone says that. Alright, let's try to do it. This. I'm good. Okay, I leveled up. So there you go. Yeah, all the little blood drops. Don't worry, they don't hurt you or anything. Spent a lot of time doing these bricks. Well, making this whole game, but I worked really hard trying to make this level look a certain way. Yeah, it might look a little cheesy, but. It also looks like fantasy. Alright, well, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to stop the video and do part 2.